one of the most storied venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the SMU Mustangs and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Notre Dame head coach told me before the game he loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Mustangs headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Takes the handoff. It's Walton. Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got some room, it was over.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeps it on first down. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not much.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to fire on second down. Stepping to the right. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Pittman. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Right back to the well. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They stop him right there. They tried to convert with the run, and the defense was up for the challenge. Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. He's in open space downfield. Got enough for the first. There he goes down the right side. Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. On the option. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. And the Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got a man, it's Walton. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly.
There's some room. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Wide receiver going in motion. A design run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it from the gun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Look out. Here's a little room there. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
I mean, goodness gracious, you could have driven a semi-truck through that hole. Nobody touched him. This was an easy run. This is the easiest 40-plus yard run you will ever see.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The keeper on the option. Oh, it's a fumble. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. As we take a look at the stats, things are a little one-sided so far. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it from the gun. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Mustangs!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. He'll bring it out. It's Mobley. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Here's Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Irish, after the chunk play through the air, back to the line. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Carr. Quickly out to the tight end. And they get him out of bounds, but not before a sizable pickup on that one.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Carr. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. There he goes. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone of the 18.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Throwing, Carr unloads to the wideout. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. The sure hands, it's Smith. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Got room at the 35. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to him. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be 3rd and long. Hands it off. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The Mustangs will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! They'll line up to go for 2. They'll try to pass their way in. And the defense drags him down.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Number 99, set to advance on the football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
That's caught. It's Pittman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Rush is on him. Desperately looking. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field. Nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Dropping back, it's Jennings. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
He'll bring it out. It's Mobley. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. On the ground, it's Walton. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's Carr to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
It's so hard to get to quarterbacks when they get the ball out of their hands this fast. Great job understanding what the defense is doing, right away assessing, hitting the corner route right off the jump.
Notre Dame explosive in the passing game. Let's see what they do here. Back to throw, it's Carr. Spits it out to the back. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these miss and the ball's not right to him. But, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
From the gun on third down, Carr. Going to take a shot at this DB. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll run the option. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Behind the chains now on second and long. Run inside. It's Smith. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Colorado taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. And it's the Buffs engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Mountain West.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Give to the running back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Got it behind the line. It's Hale. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Mustangs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
The Mustangs are flying down the field. And some room to work. Got a little grass. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Just a little off. Incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, SMU! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Ready to try the point after.
And the defense has to be able to do a better job on the back end, tackling this receiver and keeping him out of the end zone.
So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Mobley. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Throwing, Carr. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wants to throw. It's Carr. It's complete to the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
Winning 1st down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that 1st down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Running inside. It's Green. And the defense makes a big hit, knocks him down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. The give on the option. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll give it on the jet sweep, looking for room outside. Turning it on! A really nice run from deep in his own territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 29. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Might be changing the route. Here's Carr to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7.
Sweep. 22, go!
Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the 2-point conversion attempt.
Notre Dame 34, SMU 29.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Now on the move. Oh, he's got some. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
To the air, it's Jennings. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
That's a good example of a good pass rush affecting the quarterback's rhythm. He wasn't able to just take his steps and throw with his feet underneath him on balance. He was forced to move, forced to escape the pocket. Right away, everything fell apart with the accuracy and obviously not on the same page with his wife.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Singleton. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Finding open areas. They bring him down at the 44-yard line. It'll be fourth down, but this might be prime go-for-it territory. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Ooh. On fourth down, going to the air. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half. Around midfield, you can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big fourth down stop.
Gonna run it. It's Walton. Might have a chance. Touchdown! Fighting Irish! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable fourth quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for sense.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he tacks on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. All kinds of time in the pocket. Down the middle it goes. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Looking to throw on third. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Gets rid of it. It's complete on the right side. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the first down.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
Quickly complete. Breaks the tackle. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Gonna look downfield again. Escapes the pressure to his right. Inside the 10-yard line, it's shoved out of bounds at the 9. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Wants to throw on third down. He caught it. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. Second down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football here.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? To the air, it's Jennings. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. The Mustangs want to crank the tempo. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Fires into the end zone. Fires into the end zone, incomplete.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. so many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver comes in motion. The run inside. It's Walton. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Carr. Right on the money. At the 35, he's got room. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30+.
You know what's always a good idea? Getting it to your best playmaker. That's a good idea. Whether it's shallow, whether it's deep, this guy can make things happen. He's lightning in a bottle when he catches the football. And that pass, it was short, but watch him. He can make guys miss, outrun, turn those little bitty catches into big plays.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. The give to the left side. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
All right, this running back's had all kind of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Takes the knee, and they will remain perfect. In this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.